So we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Consent agenda items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Any board member, staff member, or interested party may request the removal of an item from the consent agenda for later discussion.
Would any member of the public like to pull anything?
16 and 17, Chair.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can we read item number 16?
Item 16, action item, Human Resources. Approve appointment of a candidate in the Sheriff's Department pursuant to County Code Section 2.64.645, employment of family member.
Mr. Buttner?
My name is Christopher Buttner, publisher of Calaveras 2026election.com. The following statement is to be entered in whole into the public record and become part of the official minutes of this meeting, with me identified by name, Christopher Buttner, as having registered my opposition to the board's approval today of action item 16, Human Resources ID number 8351, approve appointment of a candidate in the Sheriff's Department pursuant to County Code Section 2.64.645, employment of family member. The agenda item discussion states that, quote, every effort was made to recruit for the position of Deputy Sheriff Level 1, Level 2, in which the family member is being employed, end quote. Every effort is a vague yet declarative and hyperbolic statement. It needs to be substantiated with hard facts and documentation for review. Otherwise, it is just fluff concealing nepotism. Prove it. Prove that, quote, every effort was made to recruit, end quote. That documentation needs to be provided for review by the 5 members of the Board of Supervisors prior to their vote to determine whether, in fact, quote, every effort was made to recruit, end quote. The agenda item discussion summary states that, quote, the candidate is an experienced lateral hire and will not have to attend the academy, end quote. In what department within Calaveras County government is this lateral hire family member currently working, and what prior experience as a deputy sheriff level 1, level 2 does this individual have that they will not have to attend the academy? That is a reasonable question to be asked and answered. What is their name? That too is a reasonable question to be asked and answered. Continue agenda item 16 for further consideration once the questions I presented here have been adequately and transparently addressed for the public. The majority of the members of this Board of Supervisors are now individually under active state investigations for numerous allegations of financial impropriety with their campaign finance filings, with Supervisor Gary Tofinelli as the newest member joining the open and pending FPPC case club for numerous violations allegedly of the Political Reform Act. This would be a good time for this board to open its eyes collectively and realize that you folks better start playing it by the straight and narrow right now. Full transparency would be a great start of this 2025 new year. Let it begin today. My name is Christopher Buttner, publisher of Calaveras 2026election.com. Thank you.
Judy Hawkins, Human Resource and Risk Management Director, and so I will address the amount of open positions right now we have within the Sheriff's Department by making this appointment. It is not taking any other positions away. We have a continuous recruitment going for our Deputy 1-2s, and so right now, currently going through the list, I believe we have about 7 open positions. And we have a few coming out of the academy. So we are not taking any positions away from anyone who is going through an active recruitment process. Now, it is extremely difficult for the county to get lateral hires. Right now, emails are constantly going back and forth between all HR directors within the state of California, which I'm sure among the Sheriff's Department also. It is extremely difficult to get experienced candidates. This candidate has worked for the county previously, and they will be working in a completely different division than their family member. We are looking to place this candidate in the courts, where the family member is over patrol. So this is completely separate division of duties, and we have met the requirements of our ordinance. He was a successful candidate during the recruitment process. There is not any type of reporting up to the family member. And so if there's anything I've left out or the sheriff would like to add anything.
Thank you, Ms. Hawkins. Sheriff?
Thank you, sir. So this is a deputy that worked for us before the county, and, you know, on behalf of the taxpayers, we've already invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in his training through the field training program. He was a successful deputy. He only left employment with the county because he rejoined the military. We thank him. We supported him very much for making that decision to continue to defend our country, and he's come back and wanting to seek reemployment with us as a deputy, and we're proud and would like to have him back.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Whiting, this is the one we voted a couple years ago to keep the position open for said candidate.
Yes,
No,
he was.
that was some years ago.
He was on an extended military leave as he went to a long-term training and then made the decision. So we had kept his position while he was gone for a long time at that training. But then when he made the decision just to completely re-enter the military, he separated employment with the county. So
Yeah,
yes, this is the same person.
Understood. Thank you.
Do we have any public comment? With that, I'll bring it back to the board.
I'll move.
Do you have a second?
Yeah.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Passes 5-0.